The spiritual journey doesn't happen on Wikipedia, okay? It doesn't happen with Google. You need to actually go to the actual books and the writings of the great spiritual teachers and actually read those words. So I went back and I read really most of the major books of the Baha'i faith, and eventually, long story short, came back to Finding Faith. And when I look at it, that's when I look back on it, going back to Soul Pancake, how does Soul Pancake feature in any of this? One of the central teachings of my faith that I discovered when I came back to it, I had kind of missed when I was younger, and it was called the individual investigation of truth. This is a central tenet of Baha'u'llah's, of the Baha'i faith, the individual investigation of truth. That it is every person's obligation to find the truth for themselves. Again, a totally revolutionary idea and concept coming from Iran in the mid-1800s, that people should find the truth for themselves. We don't inherit the truth from our clergy. We don't inherit the truth from our parents. We don't inherit the truth from the media. We don't inherit the truth from our culture around us. There's a lot of truisms that are in the cultural groundwater that a lot of us, we just take it on like a set of clothes and just like, yeah, this is how we do things in America, you know, and we have to question that as well. You have to question the idea that stuff is going to make you happy, or popularity is going to make you happy, or Twitter followers. I have lots of those and I'm not happy, so that's... So finding the truth for themselves, and I realized that was the journey that I had been on. I had been on a journey of the individual investigation of truth. I had gone on this journey to find the truth for myself. I had some hard times and some good times and some excruciating times, but I came out the other side looking for truth. And when we were founding Soul Pancake, that was one of the key concepts, was let's provide a portal, let's provide a safe place where people can just dig into the truth and find it for themselves. We have no agenda at Soul Pancake whatsoever, other than, hey, chew on life's big questions, see what it is to be a human being. You know, let's look at stuff that matters. And I realized that that was really something that came from my faith and from my spiritual journey. The other aspect of my spiritual journey that is reflected in Soul Pancake is another Baha'i teaching that I discovered when I have a quote. This one. Sorry. Talk among yourselves. Don't talk among yourselves. Where is it? I thought I had this. Oh, here it is. That this idea in my faith was very beautiful, which was that art and spirituality are the same. That they're the same human impulse that we've had since the dawn of time. That there's the same beauty, that the same longing, the same striving come both through art and through faith and through prayer. That the spiritual impulse and the artistic one are the impulse to transcend our monkey experience into something grander. That art can be service. It can make making the world a better place, just because faith contains elements of service. Abdul Baha, who is the son of Baha'u'llah, became the center of the Baha'i faith for a long time, and Baha'is believe that he was a very special and holy teacher. And I found this wonderful quote that he had written to a Baha'i artist, and I thought I'd share it with you. He said, "I rejoice to hear that thou hast taken pains with thine art, for in this wonderful new age, art is worship. Art is worship. The more thou strivest to perfect it, the closer wilt thou come to God. What bestowal could be greater than this, that one's art should be even as the act of worshiping the Lord?" I love that. What bestowal could be greater than this, that one's art should be even as the act of worshiping the Lord? That is to say, when thy fingers grasp the paintbrush, it is as though thou wert at prayer in the temple. fingers grasp the paintbrush, it's as if you were at prayer in the temple. And this was really revolutionary to me too. This was really mind-expanding. It was like my goal of art and changing people's lives through theater. That was a spiritual expression. That was worship as well. That was an expression of the divine. That is also part of Soul Pancake. Is the idea that creativity has an uplifting spiritual component to it. You know, when we were first launching Soul Pancake, Ed Helms said, Rainn, what's this Soul Pancake thing that you're doing? Oh, look at it. And I was like, well, it combines spirituality and creativity. And Ed Helms goes, aren't those two things mutually exclusive? And I'm not knocking on Ed at all. I think that's a very common idea that creativity and spirituality are really kind of these separate things. One of the things we decided to do with Soul Pancake, JT, you ready? Was we had a discussion early on when we found